What is it about the automobile? What about it draws together millions of dedicated enthusiasts all across the globe? It was an icon in so many childhoods. They were in the movies we watched, the magazines we read, on the TVs at home, yet only few of us kids truly connected with them. We dreamed of driving those cars that hung on our bedroom walls, of racing around the track with the model once we built, of feeling the thrill behind the wheel we hadn't yet felt. But those cars occupied our memories.
So what do we got?
They're connected to the people we love. From family road trips to high school prom nights, the car enhanced the journey. To drive one is to feel liberated, yet tied to the emotions held within them. People who drive understand this. The car is well more than just a machine. It's a part of you. It's like an organ in your body. It's your lungs and your legs, your open mind, your blood, sweat, and tears. The vehicle, the car, the automobile.
It's you. My name is Blaine Hensley. I'm from Fairmount, Georgia, and I drive a 1964 Chevrolet Nova. So, my father had always loved cars. He's an older man and he loves cars. But my uncle was actually the one who owned this magnificent car here. And he passed away in 2008, and he left it to me to take over, but I was only 8 years old. So when it was given to me, my dad was really the one to continue my Uncle Mike's legacy and say, hey, we need to really take care of this car. And I really didn't have an interest in cars. I honestly didn't. But through the pushing of my dad and saying, hey, let's really work on this car. It's a beautiful thing. It's magnificent. This is really a great car. He brought me around to it, and of course I loved my uncle very much. He was like a second father to me. So I grew up and sort of realized this car was everything to me and my uncle, because he used to pick me up from school and he used to take me to eat and stuff in it, and it was just so much a part of my childhood that I realized I couldn't let it go, and it reminded me of my uncle and brought me closer to my dad.
My name is Ryan Bird. I live in Roswell, Georgia, and I drive a 2013 Fiat 500 Abarth. Yeah, so, you know, it really was actually the Charlie Sheen commercial in like 2012 when the car first came out. He was on house arrest, and he does this whole precision driving scene inside his mansion because he was obviously still on house arrest. And I just thought it was cool that you had this like tiny car that you know, was fun and you know, fast and cool, and so I always wanted one. And a couple years ago, I was in Canada and got an opportunity to buy the exact same spec as the commercials. The black on the red, had the red leather interior, so I ended up buying it and had owned it for a while. And the pandemic hits, and State Department says, if you're a US citizen, you know, you need to get over the border right now. And so we call up our movers, and they show up 2 months early, and we pack our whole family into this little car, and I drove it across the country, over the Rocky Mountains, and it was just such a special trip. obviously such an important time. So had a lot of really great memories from that trip, and it's really I've built 20 or 30 cars, and it's really the first one that really means anything.
My name's Cooper Brown. I'm from Dallas, Georgia, and I drive a Rocket Bunny 350Z.
Shannon Brown, and I live in Dallas, Georgia, and then I drive a Rocket Bunny 350Z.
Honestly, the question, what does the car mean to me, is such a hard question to answer because it means everything.
I've always done older cars, classic cars, and when he brought this idea to me, I've tried to live my whole life with him, is that whatever he wants to do, we're going to try it. And we didn't really have a basis for these kind of cars.
So the car itself may not mean as much as a materialistic item, but as a item that I can use to look on fondly about everything that I got to do with my dad is where it really pieces all together, because the car is awesome, the car is amazing in what we have here, but I think the relationship that we got to grow and bond over that we've always done my entire life kind of flourished throughout these builds.
Not to sound cliche, but it's kind of the same, that when he was little, I made a pact with myself that whatever he got into, I would get into. And I think parents try that, but I really went full board on it. But then, like I said, he approached me to build these, and now it's just crazy because you go to car shows and everybody appreciates, your work and what you've done. And I think we've built some really awesome cars, but I've also tried to, humble me and humble him to say, hey, it doesn't matter what people drive or what they bring in there. That's their heart and soul. So you have to appreciate it. And ours may be a little newer or a little shinier or, whatever, but, it's really about just what you do and what you love, and getting to do it with him is incredible.
I think there's something in us that clicks when you find what you enjoy doing, and I think cars were the outlet for me that really said, this is what I love being in, this is what I love doing. There's nothing more fun to me than getting in them, driving around town, getting on them, just having fun. But the feeling of just pure joy and adrenaline is what really comes from it. And I think there's a few things in my life I found that in, but the cars really just blew it up for me. And it was just such an awesome journey, feeling, everything above, So it's been cool. It's been really cool. But I think that's what it is, the adrenaline, man.
It's what non-car people don't get. They see all cars as just 1.5 tons, 2 tons of wires, glass, metal and rubber. That's all they see. People like you or I know we have an unshakable belief that cars are living entities. Not Toyota Corolla, obviously, but you can develop a relationship with the car, and that's what non-car people just don't get.